Bangladesh, a wonderful country with a vibrant history, ancient archaeology, rich culture, great opportunities in education, and beautiful landscape. Its deeply rooted heritage in terms of education and culture is thoroughly reflected in its centennial educational institutions. Currently, among most of the Bangladeshi learners, the aspiration of study in abroad is strongly observed.
I want to study abroad because I want to learn something out of the box and also not in my comfort zone.
Studying abroad is completely different in comparison to studying in Bangladesh, teaching system and others, and I love to know about that.
I would like to be experienced in advanced culture, education system and something new that I have not done before.
Actually, I have highly interest in respect of acquiring global skills to prepare myself for tomorrow.
In case of widen the horizons and broaden one's mind, along with the access of personal and professional opportunities, studying in abroad can be most necessary.
Well, actually, study abroad helps us to change the global mindset.
I know it would help me for a better experience.
I know it helps me in my future.
If you want to open the door to unlimited possibilities in the future world by studying abroad, Admission.ac can be the most trustworthy partner. We are a proud member of country's leading educational organization, Daffodil Family, with 10 years of professional excellence in the overseas education industry. We are connected with 1,000 plus universities in 25 study abroad destinations.
We are very passionate about the question of a student's life and career. We believe on our core competence to provide exact guidelines to the student to fulfill their study abroad dreams.
Hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum and a very good day to you all. I am Amir Faisal, student ambassador of Admission.ac, and I welcome you all to our first session of Europe 2023 Europe Education Week, organized by Admission.ac. Admission.ac is one of the 54 plus sister concerns of Daffodil Family. We are bridging between Bangladeshi students and international higher educational institutions. Admission.ac connected over 1,000 plus universities from 25 plus destinations across UK, USA, Canada, Australia, Europe, and Asia. So Europe is one of the most popular destinations for international students. Europe offers world-class education and research with affordable tuition fees. If you decide to study in Europe, the chances are good that you will get a job offer and can stay for the longer term. On the top of there are part-time and full-time work opportunities during the study. Permanent residency possibility after the graduation. To help prospective students with quality information, Admission.ac is organizing Europe 2023 Education Week. During this week, we are organizing a series of webinars where you will have the chance to meet the university representatives and study in Europe experts to get exact guidelines. So today we have Samuel Isaac, study in Europe and Emigration expert, as our guest speaker. At this time, I'm requesting the students to take notes, and if you have any confusion, you can ask your question at the end of the session, or you can also write down your queries in the comment. Now I'd like to invite Mr. Samuel Isaac to talk about study and immigration opportunities in Europe.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Hello. I think it's the afternoon over there. Can you all hear me?
Yeah, they can.
Okay, great. Okay. You see, There are plenty of universities, plenty of countries across Europe. The most popular being UK, Germany, France, Ireland, Poland, many other countries are there. And it all depends upon, you see, the students' background, their interests, and the potential. You see, a lot of students from Asia, they come to Europe. Okay, vast majority of them, they just come in. It's an excuse for them to come here on a student visa. Okay, it opens the door for them. And once they're in here, they forget the university, start working over 20 hours a week. They bunk the university classes. It gives a very bad impression about the home university, the country, and so on and so forth. And in the end, what happens is that, they themselves would find in a big problem. Okay, initially it's all sweet, because usually when students come here, they get 1 or 2 years of visa, student visa. And in that during the 2 years of student visa, they are allowed in most countries to work part-time, 20 hours a week. So what these students would do is they work more than 20 hours a week. Okay. And then during that period, if they are caught, then that's it. They'll be deported. That's the end of the career. Second, by chance, they also, work more than 20 hours a week, 30 hours a week, 40 hours a week. And then the 2 years of MSc is over. And then they get, in most countries, they get a 1-year stay-back visa. Here in the UK, it's called PSW, or post-study work. In Germany, you get 18 months of stay-back visa. In Ireland, you get about 1 or 2 years. For MSc, I guess it's about 1 year or 2 years. In Germany, 18 months. In Canada, it's about 2 to 3 years. So in most countries, the thing is, during that, again, 2 years, 1 year PSW, post-study work, you can work anywhere. Okay, so for 2 to 3 years, you won't have any problem. And once your MSc and your PSW is over, that's when you will have to look for a work permit so that you make your way into getting a green card or permanent residency. And this is where the problems begin. So according to the rules here in most countries across Europe, North America, Western world, so if you want to find a proper job, then you must have the skills. Say, for example, you did your BS computer science, and you come here to do your MS computer science, and you somehow managed to get an MS degree. When you apply for a job, and if they don't find you suitable, that's it. You won't get a job offer. So your work permit, it all depends upon your job offer. So if the company is not willing to give you a job offer, because the company not only has to give you a work permit, in most cases, it also has to file a work permit on your behalf with the immigration authorities. So this is a lot of problems are here. So bottom line, you must have the talent. If you don't have the talent, then you'll be in deep trouble. So this is how things operate here. Of course, there are many people who come here and then, try to make their way. They duck and dive, jump from one visa category to other, and then they prolong. There are people who do that. But for the most part, it's tough here. And don't think it's all too glamorous. What you see right now in Europe, it's all beautiful, okay? Even I come from Asia, from India. But life is very hard and tough. It's not that easy to make money here. People get up early morning. It's freezing cold in the winters. and you got to get up early hours to do the job, and it's on the edge. It's tough life here. So you see, according to my experience, a lot of Asian students, they come here, majority of them, they just come here to make some quick buck, escape universities. It's all sweet in the 1-2 years, but after 2 years, 3 years, that's when the reality hits them. The visa runs out. Now they need to get a work permit. So who will give you a work permit? So company has to sponsor you, and if you don't have talent, that's it. You got no other choice but to leave Europe. So this is how things operate across Europe. But if you have talent, if you're a good programmer, if you're good in, for example, if you're a good network engineer, and if you have, like for example, there's a big demand for cybersecurity across Europe. Data scientists, there's big demand for that. Okay, AI, another big area. Okay, but you should be really good. If you're good, man, you don't have to search for jobs. They'll be chasing you. They'll come to you and give you a pay package offer, 40K, 50K, and then they sponsor you for work permit. This is how things are. Real talent. But if you don't have talent, then you'll end up cleaning streets. This is a reality. A lot of people are struggling. Hundreds of students. Most of these students that I see, all these Indians and other Asian students, they're delivery boys. Okay, it's all pizza they deliver. They get up early morning and work late night shifts after paying 15,000, 20,000 pounds. And then, frankly telling you, a lot of these guys, they come and they regret having come here because it's a huge investment that they've made. And, they're trying to get back what they've invested. So they don't see any future over here. So all these things, it's a reality. Nobody tells you the reality. What they paint you in the media is one thing. The universities also, they need students because that's where they make good money. And then, you get, so somehow you make the visa and come in here, you're very excited. But gradually the pressure starts building up, and you tell most of these students, they take loans and they have to give it back to the bank. And the room rent here is mind blowing. Okay, in one small room there are 3-4 people. It's disgusting. So all these realities are here. So you have two types of students: students with talent and students without talent. So, one student with talent, real talent, no problem at all. Some way they'll get a job. Okay, whole Europe, they're looking for talent. If you're good at networking, you should be a good network engineer. Okay, you'll get jobs. Okay, like if you're good in whatever, IT skills, there's a big demand, genuine candidates. But if you're just want to jump and come over here, you might get a visa, come here, you'll enjoy everything for a couple of months, years, and that's it. And after your student visa expires, then you get your 1-year stay back visa. And after that 1-year stay back visa, then what happens? Then you start thinking about, how do I get my permanent residency? And that's where the problem begin. And you become desperate. And life is very, very expensive here. It's not an easy thing. 1-bedroom flat here in UK, it's roughly now around 1,600 pounds plus bills. So it comes to at least about 2,000 pounds a month. And in a flat, not like in India or Bangladesh, where in one flat, 4-5 fellows can live. If they see more than 3 people here, the neighbors complain. So you got to be very careful. There are places like, they try to hush things up, but if you're caught, then what they do is that they give you fine. Again, they make you pay big amount. So all these things are here. This is the sad reality. I'm telling you the truth. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It's very beautiful here. But you got to take into consideration how things operate here. Basically, if you're a student of talent, and you'll get an offer, not a problem. This is reality. Okay, so I've just told you the bare truth. So Lord, and Asian students carry a very bad name. Not the Chinese, but I'm talking about Indians, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. They just come, they disappear. They don't study here. They vanish. Initially they enroll. After that they disappear, and it gives a bad reputation about the home university, the country. And when I talk with universities here, when I tell them from India, Bangladesh, they say, listen, these guys, out of 20 students, nearly 18, 19 of them disappear. Only one guy studies full, really genuine. So that's over 90% of them, they disappear. They just come in and then disappear. They just work full time. It's all breaking immigration regulations. So all these things you have to take into consideration. So that's one thing. It gives a very bad image about where students come from. So it also carries a risk. So all these things I've just addressed you in a nutshell. Yeah. Any other thing you can ask me? You can ask some questions. You can, if you have any questions, your students, they feel free to ask me.
Thank you, Mr. 𝐄𝐝𝐮𝐬𝐴, for your information. So we have some questions from the students. With your permission, I'll come to them one by one.
Okay.
Okay. My first question is IELTS mandatory for masters or postgraduate?
See, some universities are now like allowing students without IELTS also. Okay, as long as the student has studied his bachelor's degree in English language, and if the university can vouch on behalf of the student or give a statement, a certificate, we can manage with that. Okay, but not all universities waive the TOEFL or IELTS exam. So it depends upon the university. These days, most universities are willing to waive the IELTS requirement. But we work with the universities also where there's no requirement. But, okay, we can jump this border at the university. But when a student goes for visa, the visa officers, they say, oh, no, our regulation is that you must also have a TOEFL or IELTS certificate. Then he's got to produce that. So he may escape at the university admission, but when he actually goes for the visa, the guy checks, do you have a TOEFL, all these requirements.
Okay. So next question is, can a student go with MOI certification?
Sorry, can a student what?
They have asked, can I go with MOI certification?
MY certification, what is that?
MOI.
What does MOI stand for?
I'm not pretty sure about that.
MOI.
So we can skip that question. We can skip that question.
Okay.
If it's not relevant, we can skip it. We have another
question. What is MOI? I mean, I know about universities, but what is memorandum of what like?
I think it's about some English course or certification.
Listen, I mean, language and all, it's not a major issue, okay? I mean, you see, I think Bangladeshi students should be okay. Oh, medium of instruction. So, okay, medium of instruction. Okay, that's what I told you. So what was the question?
So the question was, can I go with MOI cert?
Yeah. See, some universities, as I told you, some universities, what they do is they see your transcripts, and also if Daffodils University give us certificate that the language of instruction was English, and we can approve, we can get it. Okay, not a problem. Yeah, no problem. So some, but not all universities. Okay, those who want to go with family, like spouse, child, then what will be the process? See, yeah, that's not a problem. Most universities, what happens is that you're allowed to get your spouse, okay? But here in the UK, they've now restricted that. But again, anyone can bring in, by legally, you can bring the spouse. So generally, what happens is that the student comes first, and after 3 months or 6 months or whatever, he can file an application on behalf of his family or her family and tell them, I need my family to be here with me to support my studies. So something or the other, they can prepare an application on the grounds that I really need my family members to be here because I need them to be whatever, some personal reasons, like I just want to have my family members. And, it is possible. That's not an issue. That is not. Initially, has to be here in Europe for at least about 3 to 6 months. Do you think it's the same situation in other countries of Europe other than UK also? When you talked about IT skills, do you mean just programming related or other skills in demand to, for example, video editing? Yeah, web designing, video editing, yeah, all of that, man. I mean, video editing, it's a big, exactly. I mean, and a VFX or whatever, all those things, it's basically any IT related, you must have skills, okay? Just not a certificate, okay? Just not a certificate. A lot of these guys, they come with big branded certificates and all this. Listen, when you go for an interview, they don't look at your university certificate. 90%, I'm telling you, 99%. They look at your CV and all that. And then what they do is, okay, they make you sit in front of the system and give you a small assignment just to see how good you are. You got to prove yourself. And if you prove that you're able to do that, that's when it starts, everything. They'll start negotiating on the pay packages, this and that. But your CV tells you one thing, I'm from a top world-ranked university in India and all that, and you're not able to do anything, they'll simply check you out. It is like that. Your skills are very important. Engineering, IT is topmost on the list. Other areas also, all fields, mainly all fields of engineering, but IT is in top demand. But you must have skills. When you call yourself a network engineer and you can't even fix your laptop to a printer, how you can call yourself a network engineer? You can't even keep your system up and running. You can't even update your laptops. Yeah, okay. All these basic things, simple things. How can you be a network engineer? So all these things, they laugh at you. Lots of fellows. Oh my goodness, so many. All big titles. B.Tech from India, M.Tech, MBA. All sweeping the street roads. Big titles. Sorry. But if your skills, you're good, and there are people who make £1,500 a day. Okay, if they're the skills like that, cybersecurity is now booming. Okay, because all the companies face threats. So if you're good in preventing all these things, like anybody trying to hack your system, bring down your system website, and if you're able to protect that and everything, man, they'll give you, good pay package, sponsor you for work permit and nice package, everything. It's like that.
Many questions from the students. So we have another question.
What is the easiest way to qualify? What do you mean by qualify for universities in the UK? Apply, just apply, man. What's the easiest way? Like, they don't know. Listen, is there any good opportunity for IT support engineers? Yeah, man, support engineers. Yeah, support engineers. Yeah, the support engineers always good. There's always a good demand for IT engineers. IT, I know, man. There's a good demand. But as I told you, you must be genuine. You must have skills. Because if you don't have skills, you might have big titles, but you'll see, you'll fool yourself in the end. And the other thing is that your English language, of course, I guess, even though your accent is a little bit different, but I think most Bangladeshi students can survive anyway in Europe. But in UK, they have to really polish the accent, a little bit of fluency. They can get well. But can I do corporate jobs in Europe in English? Corporate jobs or the local language is required. See, if for example, if you go to Germany, nobody would give you a job if you don't speak basic German language. Okay, this is the problem. Suppose you want to work in McDonald's or Burger King, and people come in the line and they don't speak English in Germany or in Poland or France. They speak their own. For example, in Bangladesh, when you go to McDonald's over there, what language do the people speak? Bengali or whatever? And if a German guy comes and says, listen in some other language, if he talks in German language, do you think you'll understand that? The same. So if you want jobs over here, in corporate jobs, in some cases, like I'm not talking about UK, but overall Europe, English for street purposes, that's all fine. But if you want to really work and find a job, if you're going to Germany, make sure you learn the German language. If you're going to Poland and think of sticking on in Poland, go there and try to learn the local language. It's very crucial, very, very crucial. The local language. Once you learn the local language, trust me, 50 to 70% of your problems will start settling down. Local language is extremely, extremely critical.
Our next question is how long does it take on a master's program?
See, master's program generally, most Europe is 1 year. Okay, 1 year. Like it's anywhere from there are two types of master's programs. Okay, one is 60 ECTS and the other one is 120 ECTS. 60 ECTS is 1 year. 120 ECTS is 2 years. So students, what they do is that they complete just the first year and then they look into jobs. Sometimes the student wants to do also the second year also. They can do extra 160. So it all depends upon the country and the university. Like in Ireland, it's a 1 year program, 90 ECTS, 90 the credits. Sweden, you have two types. Well, MSc first year and MSc second year. After MSc first year, you can just take your certificate and walk out and look for jobs. And if you do more than 60 ECTS, 120 ECTS, you have more stuff. And it's entirely, it's up to you. In Germany, in Denmark, Finland, they have a standard 90 ECTS, something like that. But mostly, it's 90 to 120 ECTS.
So, as I also have civil engineering background, I have a question from Facebook.
How many job opportunities are there for civil engineers in Europe? See, civil engineers, I'll tell you what, there is a good demand for civil engineers, okay? But the language, boss, you must have the language here, okay? Yeah, with this heavily Asian accent, and you come over here, and what is it like? There's a good demand for civil engineers. Don't get me wrong, but again, they look for your talent. What is it that you are able to, uh, put on the table? Like, what is it that you are capable of? There are many civil engineers over here also. So basically, if you think being a civil engineer and try to get a white collar job straight away, it won't help you. So for the students who've done civil engineering, BTech civil engineering, there's usually a very popular course called construction project management. So students jump from civil engineering into project management, construction project management, or environmental management, or something all related into management stuff, things like that. Someone to get into designing part, and a few things. But as I told you again, there are jobs in civil engineering, but not as much as we have it in IT.
So we have another question from Facebook. Can I get a full free scholarship by MOA certification in Europe?
No, forget it. Universities are struggling, man. Wow, scholarship? No, it's very hard. There are universities where I will be working with Rahman. We have universities, and we will pick only about 15-20 students, and the tuition fee for MS computer science and things like that, very prestigious universities. Some of them are state universities, some of them are private, and we cannot name right now, but we have access to that, and we can place your students. Tuition fee is about 4,000 euros per year, 4,000 to 5,000 euros per year. MS, income computer science, but getting a scholarship is very tough.
So we have another question that is, as I don't have English proficiency score, but I am interested to go for the master's program in Europe. In that case, is there any opportunity to do the ESL program before enrolling the master's program?
Come here and do the English language?
Yeah.
Technically you can, but who will give you a visa? You can enroll and say, listen, I like to learn English language, and then. So they would say, why don't you learn English in your home country itself? And then you get good scores. It's cheaper to learn English in Bangladesh itself. Then try coming over here to Europe and do the main course. It's a very, never do that. They will automatically, once you get rejected, the whole of Europe database is connected. So suppose you get rejected in Germany, you try to apply in Poland, it's all interlinked. So they'll get to know, the visa will observer will get to know he was rejected in Germany. So this guy is now trying to apply in Poland. So they'll automatically reject in Poland too. So whole database, European database, is all connected. So anyway, in Europe, you apply, one country rejects you, the whole of Europe gets to know you've been rejected.
So this was our last question for today's session.
Okay.
So I would request you to give some advice for Bangladeshi students.
Okay. See, I'll tell you what. Sorry. See, I live in Wembley. Okay, it's a very popular destination for Asian students. And what you see, the football matches on your TV, it's just walkable distance from here. Every day I see countless Indian students over here. Okay, countless. All of these fellows, they just come in here and, either, let me also be very frank with you. I'm Asian born. The Chinese are not like this. You'll never see a Chinese on the street. Okay. We Asians, like Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladesh, Sri Lankans, disgusting, man. We come here and we do all the cheap jobs. Chinese, they are rich, BMWs, all these. You'll never see them on the street. All the big businesses, these are the ones who run the big business, but you'll never see them on the street. Only us, Asians, on the street, not the Chinese. Hey, your thinking must change. Your thinking must change. It's your talent, okay? It's not your English language that's essential, okay? But if you're good in your engineering background, like network engineer, or systems administrator, or cybersecurity, or AI, or designing, web hosting, or all of that, all the skills and web hosting and everything. Okay, if you're good at that, you don't need English language, man. Just if you understand a little bit. But if your skills are good, they'll pick you. Just learn that. Forget about your English language. There's no way you can outperform the Westerners in English language. Okay, but at least your skills for engineering students. And guys, they come after doing engineering, a most wanted subject. These fellows, they come here and try to do MBA. Such a stupid thing. What do they think? Like studying MBA, they can become a manager and have all the white fellows sitting beneath him and control all the white people? It's no way. You think by becoming MBA, you can become a manager and boss around with the people over here? Man, no. No, don't waste your time on MBA. Okay, but if you are from BBA or BCom, then go in for programs like fintech, digital currencies. So those areas are in good demand. Like, all these banking technologies, new technology, or currencies, everything. Go into that, where the money is involved. So go into that, financial technology, those areas. But bottom line, if you're going to Germany, learn German language, and the most important, your skills. Always, it's your skills. Okay, your skills will take you on a high level. If you don't have skills, then as usual, everyone, so many times I'm very frank, and some people don't like it, but sadly, Indian students or Asian students, they CV tells one thing, the skills are very different, and in the end, they are the ones who lose. But if you want to really do well, come over here. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Whole of Europe is amazing, beautiful. I'll tell you, it's very beautiful. But for you to have a nice life, everything, you must, companies need to sponsor you. So if companies need to sponsor you, what do they look for? Skills. So everybody can do, even I can also do the cleaning job. A lot of people are here. So what is it that makes you a different person? It's your skills. So always improving your skills. Okay, just don't get a certificate, man. In Europe, nobody gives a look at your certificate. What they look for is your skills. If you can prove to them that you have skills, you're in the pipeline. and you can get things moving, and you can progress. The rest of the things, it doesn't matter. But your skills and your language, two important things.
So skill is the thing that matters the most.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. Okay, your skills. If
Thank
you
you
are
so
able,
much.
if you, I mean, you see, there was one guy from India, Nagpur. His name was Khan or something. So I got him, put him in a university in Ireland. I knew the guy he was working in Noida in Delhi. And I took the guy and I put him over there in the university. He was working part-time in an electricity board. And he developed a program. And with that program, as a student, he was working part-time. With that development, with the software that he developed, the electricity board was able to save literally hundreds of thousands of euros every month. So they were so pleased with him. After he finished his MS, they gave him a full scholarship to do PhD at the company's expense. And then they gave him a job offer, everything. The skills. Okay, they don't care who you are and all that. The skills. That's the most important thing.
So thank you so much for your valuable advice.
You're welcome.
So we are now at the end of the session.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We believe today's session will be a great helpful session for every participant who wants to study in Europe. You can contact us or visit our office to know more about Road to Europe. Admission.ac is always with you. Hope to meet you all again. Stay safe, stay happy.